The Vatican just announced their plans to perform a forbidden ritual this Christmas that's never been attempted in human history. Pope Francis revealed they'll conduct the Apertura Sanctorum, an ancient ceremony discovered in sealed texts from 300 AD. The ritual requires 1,000 priests to form a perfect circle in St. Peter's Square while reciting forbidden prayers in reverse Latin. They claim it'll open sacred gateways between realms, something that hasn't been attempted since it allegedly caused the Dark Ages. Vatican officials admitted they can't predict the consequences, but insist it's necessary to prepare humanity. Even more disturbing, they're installing massive copper conductors around the square and ordered everyone to evacuate within a 3-mile radius on Christmas night. Religious scholars are warning this could tear the veil between worlds. We have 13 days until they attempt to open what they call the Divine Gateway.
Pope Francis is set to break centuries of Catholic tradition by opening 5 holy doors, including an unprecedented door at a prison, marking a groundbreaking moment in the Church's 2,000-year history. The Vatican will launch its Jubilee Year of Hope on Christmas Eve, 24 December, with the first holy door opening at St. Peter's Basilica. This extraordinary event represents a powerful symbolic journey of spiritual renewal. According to the papal announcement, Pope Francis will ceremonially open holy doors at 4 major basilicas and 1 prison, signaling a radical approach to expressing divine mercy and hope. The 5 locations will include St. Peter's Basilica, the Archbasilica of St. John Lateran, the Basilica of St. Mary Major, the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, and Rebibbia Prison in Rome. This unprecedented move represents the first time in Catholic history that a holy door will be opened within a prison facility, symbolizing a profound message of hope and redemption for marginalized communities. The Jubilee tradition, dating back to 1300, typically occurs every 25 years and represents opportunities for forgiveness and spiritual transformation. Pope Francis's approach, however, introduces a groundbreaking dimension to this ancient ritual. Archbishop Rino Fisichella described the prison door as a symbol of all the prisons scattered around the world, emphasizing the broader humanitarian message behind this gesture. The papal bull titled Spes non confundit, which translates to "Hope does not disappoint," outlines the theme of being pilgrims of hope, reflecting the Pope's vision of addressing global injustices and human struggles. Pope Francis has explicitly stated that opening the prison door is a sign inviting prisoners to look to the future with hope and renewed confidence, underscoring his commitment to reaching marginalized communities. The ceremonial act involves removing brick walls that have sealed these doors, symbolizing the Church's invitation for believers to return to their faith and seek personal transformation. This Jubilee year will run from Christmas Eve 24 to 6th January 26, providing a 15-month period for Catholics worldwide to engage in spiritual reflection and community outreach. Critics argue the ritual might lack direct scriptural foundations, but supporters see it as a powerful symbolic gesture of divide to engage in spiritual reflection and community outreach. Critics argue the ritual might lack direct scriptural foundations, but supporters see it as a powerful symbolic gesture of divine grace and mercy, potentially inspiring acts of healing and understanding. The Vatican has also collaborated with the Italian government to implement programs focusing on prisoner rehabilitation and social reintegration during this Jubilee year, extending the symbolic gesture into practical action. By choosing a prison as one of the Holy Door locations, Pope Francis continues his mission of challenging traditional boundaries and demonstrating the Catholic Church's commitment to compassion and human dignity. This innovative approach represents more than a religious ceremony. It's a global statement about hope, redemption, and the universal human capacity for transformation. As the world watches, This Jubilee year promises to be a profound journey of spiritual renewal, challenging conventional narratives and offering a message of hope in turbulent times.
Shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true name of Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, Natasha's truth and will, and citations to you, hopefully pushing this truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yabasap, because you know, listen to the spirit power, Yahweh Shai. Give you another update, end times and events. You've seen these two videos, clips I wanted to play. Basically, you know, this is a way of Esau Edom using his witchcraft and his enchantments and trying to pick up the pace because he knows that his time is short. Over there in the Vatican, and in that area over there, they do a lot of rituals and demonology and human sacrificing and things behind closed doors. You know, but they hide it in plain sight in your face. You know, as far as the way these guys carry themselves, you know, you could just look at the hat that that the popes wear over there in Rome, man, and all their attire is Roman attire. You know, even those yarmulkes they got on the back of their head, that actually goes into a political Roman attire that was used in the ancient Rome. You know, so it's the same thing today, and that's how you know Rome is here again. You know. Had a wound by a sword and did live, as the scriptures say. So this place is definitely going to be judged by fire, man, because, you know, they're not going to come out clean as far as directly what these ceremonies and these rituals and these opening doors really stand for. But, you know, secretly, it definitely goes into demonology and witchcraft and evil. And they do a lot of stuff, like I said, behind closed doors, man. These people, they sacrifice, you know, children and do horrific things. And they have all of our artifacts. They know exactly who we are underneath the Vatican. And this is of all the places in the earth, you know, when it comes to exorcisms and demonic possession, that's where it's most concentrated. And they showed you that in certain movies. All the demonic possessions, they're most heavily concentrated right in this area, happening around all these really old churches. Those are temples made with hands, and you know everything they do is not to the God of Israel, man. It's the spiritual demon Satan. I want to show you something real quick. Okay, speaking on, you know, those hats, all their attire, you know, it has specific, you know, symbolism behind it. Hold up that cross that represents the T of Tammuz. You know, all these Babylonian gods and transformed into Roman gods is still here right in front of your faces today. You know, so you can't really trust anything with that religion and what they're saying. These people are evil, man. Okay. But you see in the first AI clip, I showed you that the guy had an AI voice speaking over some of the news that somebody came across, and they put in an AI video, you know, speaking on some of the spiritual demon stuff that they are conjuring up. You know, you can kind of put the two videos together and kind of pick it apart to see it and dissect it. But the point is to show that, you know, these people around this time of the year, we always told you they do rituals. Okay, because even this Christmas holiday, it really goes back into the Roman holiday called Saturnalia, which is traced all the way back to Babylon, which deal with human sacrifice, orgies, sexual worship of sex, you know, chaos. It's all dark, man. And also it goes into worshiping Satan, man. All the symbolism is all tied there. And the Christmas tree is straight up out of the Bible. It spoke directly that you shouldn't have it. In Jeremiah the 10th chapter, man. Because they did that back in ancient Babylon. So they carry on these traditions today, and they just mask them under the cloak of what they call it, label now, Roman Catholicism. But really, it's just straight up paganism and witchcraft. But they're picking up the pace on this because, like I said, they're scared. They see the Lord is showing up. He's sending chariots. So they're going to their gods and their witchcraft. This is Isaiah 19:3. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof." Okay, right. There's a Christmas spirit, but completely failed this year. Nobody was in that spirit, man. It says, "And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards," which is the people of the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, and your modern day Christian church. So people are seeking to the idols. They're buying idols and going into praying to zodiac and tarot card reading and buying all sorts of crystals and all sorts of things they want to go to. Okay, you got that dude I think called Billy Carlson or something like that. He goes into he's preaching this Egyptology slash Anunnaki bullshit. Hey, that shit is off, man. It's way, way off. And he tries to make that shit make it seem like makes so much sense because he goes into the history of words and breaks down some of the reasons why people were so inspired to worshiping things. And this guy thinks he has all the answers, but really the answers is right here in the scriptures, man. It's about the God of the Hebrew Israelites, Yahweh Shai, man. This is the answers, and this is what backs up the proof and the evidence is when you start learning about prophecies. When you pay attention to everything that's happening in the world, the Anunnaki don't have no answers for that shit, man. They don't have all that. The scriptures have written what was said before and are happening right today. Even shown before who the Israelites are and how we forget who we are. We come back and remember. All this stuff was written thousands of years ago. This wasn't stuff just modern day made up. So people seem to forget. This book is thousands of years old, man. So people were going to anything and everything. They're going to Islam and all their Christianity heavy, trying to push that. They just, had one of America's idols, Denzel Washington. Right? He just became an ordained minister and shit, even though he just did a gay scene for that movie Gladiator 2. But all of a sudden, he's an ordained minister, though. They cut out that scene, but he actually made out with that fucking nasty-ass, shriveled-up white man in that movie. They just cut that scene out, but he actually acted upon that scene and did that. That was another ritual. And so now they want to push to the masses, the people, to go help with gain their demon-like energy by getting more people to flock towards Christianity, because that supports witchcraft. But the Lord says that spirit's gonna fail. He's gonna destroy all them, man. He said, "I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards." So they're going to anything and everything but the truth. Okay? Which the prophets are bringing to the truth. The prophets, a great millstone, the Hebrew Israelites. At the highways and hedges, where it was also prophesied we would be back out doing it again. We give you the answers, man, but y'all want to ignore. It's about to be too late for all you people. This is Isaiah 47:12. It says, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries." So one of the punishment is, loss of children, widowhood. Why? Because you're going to have mass death and judgment and wars happening. The Lord's about to punish you people that's getting involved in all these demonic rituals and shit, man. And your idolatry. You got all these damn idols in your house. You still got paintings of white Jesus, but yet you got all this truth out here showing you that that's not how the Lord looks at all. That's not the Lord the Savior at all. It's Cesare Borgia, man. So you Latinos, you got full of idols. the quote unquote Virgin Mary, which she wasn't a virgin. You got that up in your house, man. All these saints, statues of these saints, all them crosses, you know. And you got brujeria, you got them skulls and shit in your house, you know. You black people, man, you got the same thing. That sweet Jesus pictures and paintings and crosses and shit. Thinking that's the answer, man. You got them women that's turned into witchcraft and card reading, tarot reading, and numerology and zodiac sign shit, crystals and stuff, man. You think you got the answers. But the Lord sees everything you're doing. You ain't doing nothing in the dark. What you're doing is wrong. The Lord's going to get you, man. He's going to get you. He says loss of children and widowhood. So it means the men that you flock into, them wicked men you're going to get, you're putting on a pedestal, they're going to die in the wars. But, you know, loss of children, your children are going to perish. They're going to be taken from you, man. It says, for what? For the multitude of thy sorceries and for great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. Right, so everything you think you sound so deep in and what you're getting involved in, all this shit, you're trying to sound deep. The Lord said that it has perverted thee. You're killing yourself. You fucked your mind up, man. When you keep it simple, follow the Lord. Read your Bible. Read it. A lot of y'all got everything, all this other stuff I mentioned in your house, but you don't even own a Bible, man. You know? It says, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Right. Hey, there's nobody else beside me. I'm good. I don't need a God. Lord, I don't believe in all that. Or you believe in it just as a good luck charm. You go get a fucking cross necklace. No, yeah, that's good. Or you might learn the name of the Lord, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. I think, oh, I know his name, so I'm good to go. I'm going to get involved in all this other bullshit, though. Mix it up. That sounds smart. It sounds deep. It looks like it makes sense. Let me try it out. The Lord going to fuck you up for that try it out spirit, man. He ain't dealing with none of that, man. If you're not about Hebrew Israelite and following law, statute, commandments, period, and you want to add a bunch of extra knowledge and bullshit, you fall in that Egyptology shit, that nonsense, man, that black woke culture, the Lord going to dead all of that shit. All of it. And dead you along with it. Okay? It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Evil. The Lord going to start plaguing you with demons, man. You might just have to experience some fucking paranormal activity type shit for y'all to get it. And you will. Because the Lord said he bringing that plague of darkness, one of the 10 plagues of Egypt. He says he bringing those back. And that plague of darkness was spirits, demons, and apparitions, man, and monsters. He going to terrify you, man. You're going to see some real Portuguese, man. Poltergeist, whatever they call it, man. You know, you're going to see a real demonic possession. Witness one of your motherfucking kids that you sit up here getting involved with that shit, start floating out the damn bed, contorting, and crawling backwards up the damn wall. Then you're going to know you fucked up. Then you're going to know you fucked up, man. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. You're going to be like, well, why is this all happening? Spooky shit gonna start happening. Man, y'all fucking up big time. It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You're gonna be like, why is all this terrible stuff happening? You're gonna be breaking down, crying. Because you trusted in Satanism and witchcraft. You try to water it down and justify getting involved with it. It says, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so, thou mayest prevail. So the Lord gonna say, all right, when all this happening, go ahead, stand up with your bullshit that you trusted in. Stand up with all that numerology and that witchcraft shit, them damn crystals, that fucking white Jesus. You're gonna be calling on Jesus, man. Ain't nothing gonna stop all the horrors that you about to go through. It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly protagonisters, hey, all these things that they said today, astrology, it goes in the zodiac sign, numerology, stargazers, right? Don't they have that shit today? They had it back then too, and the Lord was speaking out against it. It says, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them, and they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before it. So you got some fire coming towards you, man. Big time. Big time, man. So, hey, now's the time to not go backwards into Christianity, Islam, following that nigga Billy Collarson, Anunnaki bullshit, Egyptology, Roman Catholicism, numerology, astrology. None of that shit is going to save you from Judgment Day. So with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, Natasha's truth and will, and citations you hopefully pushing this truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.